Hi, here's a quick tutorial on how to get started in your Scratch for your All About Me historical figure project. Once you get logged in and you're in your My Stuff project, you're going to go to create a new project. When your project opens up, this is going to show you all of the things that you can do with your sprite. Initially, when your project shows up, you start with the sprite cat, which may be the sprite that you want to use. If not, it's pretty easy. You can just click the X. We're going to get rid of them. And we can go down here to choose a new sprite. And we can do a couple of things. You can upload an image if you have a sprite that you've got or a graphic or image that you want to use. Or we can use the default images that they've got within the system for Scratch. So I'm going to go and look under people because I want to have somebody tell you guys all about Andrew Carnegie so we can go find who it is that we want to do. So I'm a big fan of Riley the Space Guy or girl, so I'm going to pick Riley. So Riley I've got down here, and I can tell that I'm coding and programming for Riley because I can see the faint outline of Riley, which is where all the code is going to go. The next thing that you're going to want to do is after you've chosen your sprite is you're going to want to figure out some backdrops. So by default, you have no backdrop. And what you can do, just like you did with your sprites, is I can upload some different backdrops. And so I can either upload a custom image, which I did one, and I'm going to show you that here real fast. I went out and searched for a picture of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, because I'm talking to you guys about Andrew Carnegie and where he lives. And he moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in 1848. So if I upload, I found a picture on the internet. I'm going to go to my downloads because it's where I downloaded it. And there's a picture of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I hit the open button, or in your case, you would the open on your Chromebook, and it would upload that file. And that file is now added as one of my backdrops. So I go down here, Pittsburgh, PA. I open it, and I now have that as a backdrop to select. I'm also going to choose some of the backdrops that we have here. You can look through and search all of them or where you want them to be. One of the ones that I like is a good go-to is the school. And so I'm going to start with the school. And so I've got the school backdrop. So I'm going to start with my Riley, and I've got my school backdrop, but I actually have three backdrops that I can choose from. So this is where Riley is, and here are the different costumes that I can choose for Riley. So if you look, Riley has several expressions, right? So it's a Riley E, F, all the way to A. So I'm going to go to my code here, and I'm going to start with Riley. So the first thing that I'm going to do with Riley is I'm going to start Riley right down in the middle, a Ripley. What's neat with this is it gives you your X and your Y coordinates, so I know exactly where my X and Y coordinates are. And so what I can do here is if I want Ripley to go somewhere else, like I want Ripley, this is where Ripley is going to always start, is in front of the school. And so Ripley is going to start, and I can make a note of that. Ripley starts at 11, negative 87. So the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to start with an event. And all of your blocks for Scratch are in this left-hand column, but you can get to them based on the color coding for the things that you're trying to do. And anything that we're talking about, if you want to learn more, you can go to your tutorials. And there's a tutorial that will show you how to do all kinds of things. So one of the things that we're doing in here is animations that talk. So you can learn more about how to do that right in Scratch. So I'm going to give my project, before I forget, a name. I'm going to call this All About Me. Your teachers will tell you what you're supposed to call it, but I'm just going to call it All About Me. And when I click out, it saves the project. I can hit the Save Now button to save it. So I've got Ripley, and I'm going to start coding Ripley. So I need to go to my event. The first thing I'm going to do is when my program starts, which means when the green flag is clicked, my program is going to start running. And so the first thing that I want to do is I want to change the looks. And I want to start with a different costume for Riley. So I'm going to set Riley's X and Y position. So I'm going to have Riley go to, and I made the note of he's going to go to 11, negative 87. So this is where Riley is going to start at, or Ripley's going to start at. And I'm also going to change the look of Ripley. So I'm going to switch to costume, Ripley A, right? So when I hit the green flag, Ripley starts right there, and this is where Ripley goes. So then what I'm going to say is, okay, I want Ripley to walk over to this side of the stage. And so what I'm going to do is put Ripley where I want him to be. And that's going to help me when I do my motion blocks, because you notice that Ripley is at -175, -89. When I do my go to, I can have them either go to, which means they just appear, and I'll show you that one real fast. So when I click the flag, Ripley is going to go to where they're supposed to go. So I click the flag, Ripley just shows up where they're supposed to be, right? Or I can have Ripley start here, and instead of doing the go to X, I'm going to get rid of that and just drop that box. I can have Ripley glide to it. Now when I start Ripley here in the middle and I hit the flag, looks like Ripley's walking. So that's how you get your sprites to move about the screen. But we want to make them also talk. And so I'm going to make Ripley talk by, again, going to the looks, and I can have them say something. So what I'm going to have Ripley say is hello. And this is where you're going to put in information about your project. So again, if I want to see what it does, I hit the green flag, hello. So then I can have Ripley say something else like, I am going to tell you about Andrew Carnegie. And so we're going to do that. And we can say what we want it to do. And we can say, we'll wait 1 second before it does something else. We'll wait 2 seconds for it. So I can say we're going to wait 2 seconds. And then we're going to switch our backdrop. So I am going to switch our backdrop, and this I'm going to change to the Pittsburgh one that I just uploaded. And then I'm going to switch Ripley's costume to a different costume just to kind of show you. And I'm going to bring in to have Ripley say something else again. And we're going to say, did you know that Andrew Carnegie moved to Pittsburgh in 1848? I gotta spell this right. Moved to Pittsburgh in 1848. And so then I also am going to have Ripley, I'm going to move him across. I'm going to switch his cost. I'm going to throw in a move here, but we're going to go the opposite side. So we're going to have him go to 175, -89. So we're still keeping him down at the bottom of the screen, but we're going to have him go to the opposite side. Our positive numbers to the right and up, negative numbers down and to the left for when we get our stuff. So now when I hit my green button, and I'm going to start Ripley right in the middle, which is where I want Ripley to start, I hit my green button. And there we go. And so we can move all of our stuff, and we can get playing with them. This is a great start to getting our project set up. There's lots of really cool things that you can do with your All About Me project. You can add sounds to them you can upload sounds that you would like to do. You can get lots more information about tutorials that will give you all kinds of cool things to put the information in that you need for your projects. I hope you found this interesting, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask your teachers to get with me, and I can get more videos out if you guys need something specific. Thank you.